Okay, now we are starting to do the interview. So, at the first, can you tell me what's your name
My name is Bic Tiue,
and where you come from?
Australia. I live in Sydney.
Mm-hmm. So, now in Japan, how many people you lived with, or you just alone?
I live by myself
Okay.
in Wajima.
In Wajima. Can you tell me the purpose for you to come to Japan?
I came to Wajima to study makie, traditional Japanese lacquering techniques.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the reason why I'm here.
So, are you enjoying that?
Yes, I am.
Okay. And can you tell me the image for you before you came to Japan? How do you think about Japan?
My image. My impression of Japan before arriving is that Japan is a beautiful country. Because of the artworks that I've seen and the illustrations in the artworks. So I assume that the people's inspiration must come from the environment and the landscape and everything around them. And so when I did arrived, it is true, it is very beautiful, the seasons, which is very prominent in the artworks. So I had a good impression of Japan before coming.
So tell me about after you came to Japan.
Well, after I came to Japan, my first place was Tokyo and then Yamagata, and I had a wonderful time. But then I got to Wajima, which is very different.
How different it is?
It's a country town, and it's not a city. So, not a lot of familiar things to what I'm used to. So, that was the initial shock.
A lot of shock.
A lot of shock, yeah.
So, okay.
But Wajima is really beautiful. Once you understand the place here, the landscape is so beautiful. You know, the environment, the food is good. So once you're connected to this place, it's a really nice. But if you just come from another country, another city, it's a big shock because it's so different.
So did you get homesick?
Yes, I
did. Okay, so can you if possible, could you tell me the things you feel uncomfortable and comfortable in Japan?
Oh, uncomfortable. I don't think I feel uncomfortable with anything. I'm okay with everything.
Okay. But how about the car?
Yeah, the driving is fine too. I mean, I don't have a car, so I ride my bike, but it's fun as long as it doesn't rain and snow.
But you know, in Hokuriku, it always rain and always
snow in the winter. So, I don't think anything is uncomfortable. Things are easy.
Can you tell us about your Japanese? Can you read? Can you hear? Can you?
My Japanese is worse than a 5-year-old boy.
So you couldn't read the words?
No, I can't read kanji, and I can only read hiragana, but slowly. It's because I don't practice every day. That's why I'm not very good at it. And I don't like katakana.
Why?
Because I don't like the look of it.
Okay.
I think it's strange.
Yeah,
it's too geometric. But anyway, and my listening skill, I think, is the best. Listening,
It's,
is
so
the
how
best.
long you have been in Japan?
21 months now, nearly
21
2 years.
So, don't you have any trouble when you have the conversation or with the other Japanese people?
I think we can understand each other, but very slow. Yeah, because my language is not perfect. Yeah,
but they are only use Japanese.
Yes,
okay.
only Japanese.
Okay, and how do you think about this town? The place you live now, the worst place or the good place?
Oh, I think Wajima is a special place. And I think Wajima, more things can be done here to make it a better.
For example,
for example, like for the foreigners, maybe a proper Japanese class.
Foreign people who live in here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Other things.
So you need
just signage, maybe. Better signage. Better information. And that's it.
So you think the information is not enough?
It's not enough. Yeah.
Okay. I think. And do you? Okay. Do you have any problem to have the communication with the Japanese people?
I spend most of my time at the studio, so I have no problems there. And usually when I go to the bank or post office, they're very helpful because they know I'm not Japanese. And usually people are very, very nice. Most of the time they will help if I ask for help, if I don't understand. So generally it's good that way.
Okay, so the Japanese, they are very kind.
Yes.
And they try to help the foreigner people. Okay.
But maybe because I look...
You look...
Japanese.
You look like Japanese, yes. That's true. Okay, and after you live here, you have lived here, so do you think to go back to your country?
Yes.
Why?
Why? Because I prefer my country.
Okay, so
the weather is better.
Will you want to come again after?
Yes,
you go
I
back?
will definitely come back to Japan.
So what's the purpose for you if you come back again?
I want to see my friends and I want to see my sensei and the people at the kobo. I want to keep in touch with them.
Okay.
So I hope to keep coming to Japan.
Okay, and if you want to introduce here, Japan or Wajima, to other foreigner people, what will you say?
What will I say? I will tell them it's really different and unique to other places in Japan. I will tell them Ishikawa is quite beautiful. Yeah, it's more about the landscape, I think, here, and the natural environment. It's very different to other big cities like Tokyo and Kyoto.
Okay.
So I think I would talk about those visual experiences.
Okay, and the last question. If you have a time to say something to some people, who will you say or what will you talk? If you have the chance before you leave Japan.
Yeah, if I have a chance to say anything, I think I would say to the lacquer students or lacquer artists,
Uh-huh.
I think that they need to look outside of Japan for inspiration and for other ideas to keep the industry growing and evolving. I think there's a lot of potential for lacquer, and it is up to them to make that change.
Okay.
That's what would I say.
Okay. So maybe you can try to say to them. Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome.